We've headed west to see who's going to be the best tonight for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. Full Throttle Sim Racing is live here on Full Throttle Television, bringing you live coverage from Auto Club Speedway tonight. My name is Brody Hanna, and the booth with me tonight will be Richie Coy. Richie, third race of the season. We're finally away from the super speedways. We're in the open expanse of Auto Club Speedway, which doesn't exist anymore, but for us, luckily, it does. And we look forward to some great racing here for sure.
I can't tell you how super excited I am to not be at a super speedway. I'd love to be able to get some separation, get these guys out here and let the trucks, some handling and not drafting dictate this race. So I'm super stoked. I can't wait to see it. We got some good sun out there because it's California. We got some nice weather going on. I was at the beach earlier, just laying out, getting a tan. So
soaking up those rays. That's right. Soaking up those rays for sure. Yeah, looking forward to it. This is one of my favorite tracks. It's a lot of fun to race. You can kind of move around. We're going to see the guys go from the bottom to the top. All the lanes are going to be used here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. It should be a lot of fun to see what these guys figure out here. We are doing 100 laps tonight as we look at our race info here tonight. 100 laps here at Auto Club Speedway. We will have a stage break at lap 45. Fuel is going to be an issue in the first stage as well for these guys, so they're going to have to think about that if we go green, because they can only do about 35 laps on fuel, I think is what we heard. So we're going to see some interesting strategy possibly here in the first stage, and then after the stage as well. They'll have to be thinking about fuel as well. So a lot to think of, but a lot of places to go here at Auto Club. Like I said, one of my favorite tracks. You can move all around the track.
Absolutely. I love the fact that we've lengthened the stage one here, bringing in a bunch of strategy, which is cool because if we're going to have a stage, let's make it mean something. So let's have the guys think about what they have to do to get those stage points tonight. So if it goes green, I expect that they're going to have to make a pit stop at some point. Do you split the stage? Do you wait till the very end and just do a splash and go? It's a variant of different ways that you can make it through the stage. So I love that fact that we can actually have some strategy. And you know me, I'm going right to the bottom. You're talking about different grooves. There's only one groove for me here at California. You know which groove that is.
For sure. And see, I like to move around. I like to use the top if we can use the top. It was a lot of fun. Last time we were here, you were able to use the top, move to the bottom. But I do think we're going to see most of the guys kind of gradually push towards the top, because I think that's where the speed is. With the changes to iRacing, you get a little bit of a push, a little pocket of air, a little bubble that you create with the wall. So when you get it right up against the wall, you're able to make speed and you lose a lot of grip on the bottom. But I tell you, for qualifying, that's going to be interesting as guys step into qualifying here. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys choose to do, because you can make speed up top, but is it the quickest way around for one lap?
I think you could go either way on that. I mean, you're going to find a guy that's going to probably run pretty good up top, keeping his momentum up, and you'll find a guy that'll be able to do the bottom real quick for a couple laps. So that's actually one of the cool things about this track is there's multiple ways to make speed here. So I think you'll see both in qualifying, or maybe we'll see both, because I don't think we're going to get to see everybody qualify. But
well, we talked about the tracks, we talked about the cars. But one of the other factors is also going to be the weather. We're going to be racing into the night here. It's going to change from daylight to dark, or at least from dusk to dark. So the track's going to change. The cue points, the cues that you have, the visual cues on track are going to change. And the grip level is going to change too. That could play into whether you drive the top or bottom, or kind of what you do. I know we're going to have kind of a draft race for the first, I'd say 15 to 20 laps. Draft is going to be important. And then after that, you're going to see some of the cars that have better handling start to kind of show up, and those who've taken care of their tires as well.
Yeah, so you're going to see the guys, there's going to be a couple of guys that are going to probably shoot out front, try to lead a couple laps, and there are going to be a couple of guys that are going to sit back a little bit. And what you're going to find is at some point, the guys that sat back early are going to start to come forward, and some of the guys that went forward early are going to start to come backwards, and then they'll have a meeting of the minds in the middle at some point. But a lot of various strategies that you can do. But yes, handling is going to absolutely come into play here. and you're going to see a lot of comers and goers, I think, throughout the field.
And that's usually where you have your issues, is where people meet in the middle. One's going backwards, one going forwards, and they have a disagreement there for sure. We're going to look at the schedule here because we are at Auto Club Speedway as they finish up qualifying. Next week, we had the Circuit of the Americas, a road course, and a different road course that none of us have really raced on, the West Circuit. So it's going to be a little bit different, short track, short road course, I should say, shorter. And then Vegas, yeah. we're back to a little bit more of a speedy 1.5 miles. So interesting schedule coming up. I know those guys, like we saw last week, they want to kind of lock themselves in points-wise. So they have a little bit of a mulligan going into a little bit of an unknown next week.
Well, I'd like to shake the guy's hand that made this schedule, because I think he might have been drunk at the time, because 3 of the 4 first races are just out there races. You got 2 super speedways that are crapshoots and anything can happen. Then we come to Auto Club, everybody gets a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. Then we head to a road course, and we're back to a crapshoot again, where a lot of these guys don't like road courses. They're oval guys. Some guys do like the road courses, like Tony Solari likes road courses. But after that, it's back to the tried and true of NASCAR racetracks. So if you can get through the first 4 weeks here, I think without being scathed or wrecked, I think you'll be well on your way of doing a good points year for sure.
And speaking of points, we'll look at our points. Kyle Milliken currently leading the points championship by 4 over Corey Atkins. He's going to hate me for that, but Corey Atkins in second. Merrick Watchhorn is in third. Those guys, very, very close points battle. And after 2 super speedways, that's kind of good to have, because now we get on some of these more technical tracks. We're really, really going to see who kind of shines here, but it is still a very close points battle. And if you can make it through the first 2 races, the super speedway races, of course, Kyle won at Daytona, and then Corey won at Atlanta. That's going to put you towards the top. But now we're going to get into some of these races that where setup means a little more, driver ability. If you got a little more control, it should be interesting to see who kind of stands out.
And that's what I was saying. So Kyle won Daytona, and Corey won last week. So they got through the super speedways pretty unscathed. They're at the top of the charts. So now, as we start to go through, can anybody catch them? Some of the guys that maybe had problems at Daytona or Atlanta, can they catch these guys now that they've gotten through the first 2 weeks? So we'll see. That's for sure. A lot of variance on this schedule. You got short tracks, you got super speedways, you got road course, and then you got a bunch of the 1.5 miles. So definitely to win the championship, you're going to have to be good at multiple tracks, not just a cookie cutter champion.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a tough start when you have 2 super speedways back to back. And of course, Atlanta being the challenge that it is, makes it really difficult to get in a rhythm. But we've made it past that finally. We have got a good lineup of tracks coming up. Looking forward to it. But we got some business to take care of tonight here at Auto Club. So it should be a lot of fun. Hope you guys watching are enjoying the coverage. Hope that you guys enjoy the race tonight. Hope you've enjoyed the 2 races so far this season for the Truck Series. And remember, if you can't get enough of me and my cohorts here in the booth, make sure to tune in Monday night as well for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. On Mondays, we cover the Cup Series as well, so make sure to tune in for that as well. It's always an entertaining and enjoyable experience for those guys and for us as well. So we're going to get things kicked off here, though, with the starting grid. Starting on pole tonight in the number 15, Nicholas Moreau takes the pole. And on the outside pole is going to be the 64. That's Scott Healy. Starting third is going to be the 22 of Michael Blackner. To his outside is the 18 Toyota of James Morris. Starting fifth, starting his first race this season, is the 61 Josh Mayhew. To his outside, the 53 Pepto Joe machine, Joe Flanagan. Starting seventh is the 42 Kyle Milliken in a Toyota. His teammate John Paul or JP Burns will be starting on his outside in the 99. Starting ninth, 94 Bobby Terrell, past champion in the Truck Series, and 10th spot is going to be the 43 of Lewis Maglin.
Rolling off in 11th is going to be the 00 of Ryan Lark. To his outside is going to be TJ Bartel in the 28 and 12th. 13th is Chris Gore, last week's pole sitter in the 89, and then outside of him is the 29 of Mike Redmond. 15th is going to be Corey Atkins, last week's winner, in the number 1. With his outside will be Wayne Grossi in the number 7. 17th will be Scout Neff in the number 4. And then in 18th is William Lark in the 24th. 19th is the 21 of Keaton Pipe, and outside him in 20th is the number 8 of Colby Meese.
21st is going to be the 16 of Robert Malikian. To his outside is going to be teammate Alan Duranco in the number 2. Starting 23rd, the 11 of Tony Solari with the 73 of Todd Burnett to his outside. Starting 25th, the 14 of Jason Coffey, and the to his outside is the 69 Donald Bell. Justin Dills will start in 27th. 28th, Jason Chilton. You've got Ryan Chapman in 29th. 30th is going to be Brian Thorson. 31st, Joseph Burgess with Merkel Henderson on his outside. 33rd is Casey McMullen. 34th, Jeff Chandler. Chris Beck starts 35th. 36th is Sherwood Williford. And starting telling on the field is going to be the 3 truck of Chad Lang.
37 trucks to start the race tonight. Oh my. This will be awesome.
It's going to be rush hour on the freeway here as we get started for the Auto Club 200 here, Auto Club Speedway. 100 laps, racing to lap 45 for the stage. If you didn't catch it, that's where we're going. They can only do 35 laps on fuel. We'll see who can make it. We'll see if we can make it to the stage without a caution. That'll bring things up a notch. But here they come down. Pace car's off. We're in the restart zone waiting for the green. Green flag is out, and we are underway here for the Auto Club 200.
They're coming up through the gears here. Side by side, you're going to get a little bit of draft here at the beginning, but it'll take about a lap or two, and then all the handling, the trucks will come in. But I would expect the inside lane is going to probably have a run going down the backstretch here, as they all separate. They're 3 and 4 wide already in the back of the pack.
Yeah, this is the wild in wide. This is why the track's so wide. They use every bit of it too, and some of the guys say that the tires have to kind of come up to temperature too, because if they don't, it gets a little squirrely on this first lap. So we'll kind of watch and see if these guys can get their tires up to temp before things go haywire.
So far, so good. Nicholas Moreau, our pole sitter, has jumped out to the early lead to lead lap 1 here. But a newcomer, Scott Healy, was hot on his tailgate there.
Yeah, you see I'm using every bit of track already here around turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. A very bumpy backstretch, too. A lot of the guys talk about how the truck bottoms out as you head into 3. You see the bumps right there.
Yeah, it's an older track. For sure. In fact, it's so old it doesn't exist anymore. But fortunately for us, we get it in iRacing, which, love or hate iRacing, at least this is a track that we could have in memory and we can continue to use, because it is such a fun track to drive.
It is a lot of fun. These guys doing a lot of drafting here early on at Auto Club, trying to get things sorted out.
It also produces such great racing. I mean, you got still in the top 10. They're just side by side, but not even in the top 10. All the way back, they are 2 by 2 by 2. Not drafting style like they were last week, but just passing and shuffling. A lot of passing and shuffling going on.
Yeah, Nicholas Moreau's pulled out to a pretty substantial lead here early on. These guys battling for second place. We'll see if Nick can hang on tire-wise and make that work out. And meanwhile, Joe Flanagan getting a push from Lewis Macklin, trying to get by here down the front stretch. And Lewis Macklin's one I'm going to watch tonight, too. He was really quick here last time we were here at Auto Club Speedway. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. He's already tickling the top side there.
Yeah, and don't count out old Pepto Joe there in the 53. He usually runs really good here. And don't count out the old veteran in the back, only a couple rows back, and that's the number 94 of Bobby Terrell. He's always really good here, and he's sneaky fast.
Yeah, Bobby was quick here as well. I remember racing with him as well here at Auto Club, and he was really quick. Struggled with some long-term handling, though, I think is what he said. We'll see if he gets that fixed up for tonight. So far, so good. Lap 5 right now. We've completed 4 laps so far here at Auto Club Speedway.
We have Doro Lawrence in the chat saying he'd jump on and cheer on Jeff Chandler. Jeff Chandler did not take a qualifying lap, so he started way out in left field in like 35th. So.
And he's still back there right now too, but that's a lot of traffic to kind of come through. I'm sure he'll take his time getting through the field. Plus, we have, we have pit stops before we even get to the stage, so I'm sure he's just pacing himself through the field. I mean, we've got, like you said, we had 37 trucks start tonight, and all 37 are still running, caution free. Everybody doing a good job, giving each other plenty of room, plenty of racing room. There's plenty of room to race around here, and they're able to use every bit of it.
I'm just watching these trucks come down the backstretch, and they just keep right on going. There's so many trucks out here. It's they're 2x2. The leaders have kind of single filed out a little bit. The mid pack is a lot of 2 wide racing still going on as everybody tries to fight for positions. Those in the back trying to move forward. Those trying to save tires. But yeah, there's 2 and 3 wide racing going on all over the racetrack here.
Yes, I think it's J.P. Burns and Michael Blackner side by side. The first real battle here for 8th place. Those guys trying to sort that out. Looks like J.P. Burns is going to slide up in front of Blackner and take that position. And you got T.J. Bartell and Joshua Mayu back there side by side behind those.
I'm looking a little bit further back in the pack, and you got somebody like Ryan Chapman who's coming up. He's caught a whole gaggle of cars that are just nose to tailgate here in the middle of the pack as they all try to he's running the outside here, just trying to move up. Ooh, contact. You're going to get that a little bit here.
Listen, that's tight off turn 4. It's one of the trouble spots we got to watch out for. Coming off turn 4, it's really easy to if you're on the bottom to kind of move up. If you're not careful, you'll slide up into the guy on the outside. And we got a new driver in the 4 there as well. Scout Neff, you talked about him early on. Riding back there with Ryan Chapman. He's going to move up to the top there. And unfortunately, it's going to cost Ryan Chapman a position. Jason Chilton looking underneath in the 52 now, almost 3 wide going through the corner.
Yeah, this is where you're going to start getting a little bit of frustration going on. This is we talked about frustration last week because drafting and not having a place to go. This is frustration because you have a place to go, and sometimes early on it's hard to make your truck go because everybody's handling at the peak of what their truck's going to handle. So a lot of guys might be a little impatient trying to go, but it's just not able to do that yet.
Our biggest mover so far is Lewis Macklin up there in the 2nd spot. He's trying to track down Nicholas Moreau up front, but and he actually is making some inroads on Nicholas. But he is up 8 spots. Again, he was quick last time we were here. Bobby Terrell, some of those guys moving up. You have Jason Chilton, we talked about the 53, also up 7 spots so far. So some of these guys moving forward. One guy moving backwards, though. Not sure what happened. It's the 14 of Jason Coffey, back to 35th spot, down 12 positions from where he started.
Yeah, he's back behind the last pack there. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he's just back there trying to ride around, get some laps in. Again, this is a track that you can save tires on, and it'll benefit you big late in the run. And it's also a track that spawns a lot of green flag racing here, even with this amount of trucks out there. So he could just be trying to save a little tire.
Yeah, I was thinking saving tires, saving
fuel. Fenders.
Saving fenders. Very good, too, yeah. You definitely want those at the end of the race. So we're on lap 11. 10 laps complete, though. We're on lap 11 right now, and things are starting to kind of spread out up front. Everybody kind of getting their ducks in a row and their trucks in a row. I see what I did there. But they're just, like I said, they may be saving tires, saving fuel, planning for the next pit stop because there will be a pit stop in the stage. And that could definitely mix things up here.
Absolutely. But I'm starting to see a lot of single file now, which is, God, I love to see it. I love the fact that we're not 2x2x2 drafting
Stuck.
here. There are drivers out there driving their trucks. You have to drive the truck, but we are, now we got guys in the back now starting to do 2x2, but mostly now guys have settled in. They're They kind of figured out what they got underneath them. Some of them might be thinking about what they're going to do to the trucks to try to make them help handle a little better at the pit stop. But yeah, it's on, and this is the kind of race that you just need to settle in now. Once you've found your spot in single file, just kind of settle in and make laps, log those laps, and think about what you could do to make your truck better.
Yeah, we got the gaggle back here. We're almost 3 wide, going through 3 and 4 there. They kind of sorted that out now, 2 by 2 back here. Yeah, it's kind of nice not to be stuck behind a truck. You can kind of move around the track and around different lines. And, yeah, not completely dependent on draft. And now they are 3 wide coming off turn 2 there. That's the 3 of Chad Lang, the 5 of Sherwood Williford, who backs out. But now he's got Jeff Chandler and Donald Bell behind him as well.
Doyle Lawrence is asking if this is an open setup or a fixed setup league.
Oh, we got smoke in front of these guys. Don't know what happened. Didn't see it, but this is definitely an open setup. These guys are... Oh, we got one in the wall. Alan Duranco grazing the wall, going backwards right now. You're starting to see... I think handling's starting to come into play here. I think... So, even this early, you're going to start seeing some of the trucks have issues with handling, maybe pushing, maybe loose. And as the track changes too, it's going to change to what their truck does as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're about 15 laps in. Anybody who rode those 15 laps as fast as they possibly could, you're going to start to see them start to go down quick here because they've used up their truck. But we got a great battle for second going on here between Lewis Meglin and Scott Healy. And don't look now, but old Bobby Terrell's up to 4th.
Like he got his truck turned around, up 5 positions. Bobby Terrell looking at this battle for second. Lewis Meglin holds him off right now. Ooh, the 43. Yeah, 43 touched the wall there. Not only does that possibly damage the car, but it also breaks your momentum down this very long front straightaway. It allows the guy behind you to get a nice draft, but he does stay in front.
So I'm looking at Kyle Milliken, our Daytona winner. He's up there with James Morris. They're side by side for 5th. So they're doing good early on in the race as well.
He is the one guy. If any of them are going to go to the top, he's going to go to the top. He loves to, like I said, tickle the top. He uses the top quite a bit, and when this comes in, I expect him to be quick here as well. So he's kind of following Bobby Terrell up there towards the front, trying to maximize things now. And I feel like as we go, he's going to use that top to his advantage and may have a little bit of an advantage here.
I'm still sticking to the bottom, and I think me and Nicholas Moreau, who's leading the race, are we're thinking the same thoughts here as he's stuck to the bottom here. As a lot of the other guys have migrated to the middle and a bunch to the top yet.
I mean, Sherwood Williford hit pit lane. I didn't see what happened there, but I don't know if that's planned, or if that's damage, or if it's a disconnect. I'm not really sure.
Maybe that was the smoke that we saw. Oh, man, we're back. Here. Oh, Pepto Joe's pitting. Wow, that was a short. I don't know if he let anybody know what was going on, but that was close.
He darted to pit road there.
Yeah, he's going to give me agita. I'm going to need some Pepto.
Well.
Yeah, he darted right to pit road, so I'm thinking this might be planned early on pit stop.
Chad Lang has dropped all the way back to the back as well in a 3 truck. So he's lost. Well, he's actually. I guess he started back there, so that's not as bad as I thought it was.
I'm curious because I think it's a little early, even to split the stage. I think it's just a tad early to do some pitting. So we had 2 guys on pit road, and we'll see if we have any more takers. But
yeah, I don't think Sherwood came back out, so he must have had an issue, whether it be damage or possibly connection.
Yep, I see Pepto's back out after his pit stop. He's just coming out now.
Still
so
status. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry. I was gonna say I'm looking up front. Scott Healy got by Lewis for second, and at one point they looked like they were catching Nicholas, but they've stayed pretty status quo within 0.6 of the lead there. So The front's pretty static, but the back, they are everywhere in the back here. Now we're still 2x2 tailgates. We got racing all over the place.
Yeah, side by side for eighth. Looks like it's going to be sorted out. Josh Mayhew's going to take that position from Michael Blackner in the 22. TJ Bartell back there behind him. We got some guys still running the bottom, middle, top back here too. The 4 just scrubbed the wall there on the top side. But you're right, back here, this is the Hornets' nest. This is what you're talking about. You kind of want to avoid if you're trying to take care of the truck. But it's hard to avoid if you got to go through it, or if you're kind of stuck racing in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could just be riding around minding your own business, and the next thing you know, you're put into a 3-ride situation because two guys, you catch a guy, and the guy behind you catches you, and next thing you know, you're 3 wide, and anything can happen in a 3-wide situation. Hopefully, we're all professionals here, so hopefully everything can work out. I'm watching old Spicy Solari here trying to work the outside of the 29, the 16, and the 52, as they're all battling for 20th, actually 17th position.
Yeah, I'm watching right in front of him, the 8 and the 4 battling. The 4 got, he has the top side run. The 8 tried to go to the bottom and make the pass and could not complete it. And it can be frustrating trying to make a pass. You feel like you're faster than the truck, but you just can't get position on them. They just roll that top and have the momentum down the straightaway. Now the 8 looks like he's got a pretty good run here, and he's going to be able to clear the 4, I believe, into 1, yes, and take the position. That is Kobe Meese taking the position from Scout Neff.
It can be frustrating for sure. One of the problems with not a problem, but one of the things with the truck is that you're at the trucks, what the trucks can do here, pretty much right off the get-go. So when you try to catch somebody, you have to get by them almost like now because of that outside momentum and a draft. They can certainly
4 in
get
the wall
the outside.
again.
I'm watching, and the 11 Tony followed him right into it behind him, but the outside has such a good run coming off that you have to be able to get by him quickly in order to clear him to block off that run on the outside.
Yeah, you're starting to see the comers and goers you were talking about. You're seeing some of the guys slip back, like the 4 looks like he's got a little bit of a handling issue, and these guys are starting to get around him. And some of the guys marching towards the front, you got Colby Meese actually up 7 positions from his starting spot, up to 13th, going the right direction. And Corey Atkins too, last week's winner in the 1, starting to make moves here up 8 positions here in 7th.
So up front, Nicholas Moreau is still leading. He's got a little bit more of a lead. He's got 0.7 tenths of a second over Scott Healy. With now James Morris in 3rd, he's made his way past Lewis. So Lewis is unfortunately heading the wrong way as well. And then Bobby Terrell's back to 5th. Kyle Milliken is 6th, followed by Corey Atkins, Josh Mayhew, Michael Blackner, who's having a good run going right now, and JP Burns running out the top 10 here.
Yeah, James Morris is one of the guys. He'll sit back and save tires and show up late in the run, and that's exactly what we're seeing. He's starting to march forward. We'll see if he can catch the leaders here. But again, we are on lap 25, racing to lap 45 for the stage, and 35 is your fuel limit. So we're going to get the pit stops here in the next 2 laps.
So, yeah, now that I'm thinking, you got 35, they pitted. So maybe that was a split stage there for Joe Flanagan. He was, I think, the only one that has that did that strategy. And he's flying up through the field now. Fortunately, he's probably at least 1 lap down. Yeah, he's 1 lap down. But maybe this will work out for him because everybody's still going to have to pit. So maybe he'll make up that difference with his new tires that he's been out there running with.
Another guy making nice moves is the 52 of Joshua Chilton. We saw some more smoke in front of these guys once again, and I'm not sure if these guys are getting loose or touching the wall off turn 4.
Wayne Grossi just pulled off and exited the car, so maybe he was the smoke.
Quite the kerfuffle back here for about 17th, 18th spot on back. You mentioned it, Tony Solari, Alan Duranco, Scott Neff has drifted back here to 19th, and 20th, Casey McMullen.
Oh, contact. So, yeah, so Wayne Grossi and Justin Diltz were running side by side. It looks like Diltz lost control of his truck for a second, came up and smushed Wayne into the wall, and it looks like it was a lot of damage to the number 7 truck. Unfortunately, he's out of the race.
All right, we'll see if we can pull it up on our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay. Wayne Grassi off track there.
Yeah, you
So
got
it
it.
already
It happened in
happened.
turns 1. Yeah, 1 and 2 is when it happened. That was coming down the backstretch.
We'll just back it up here.
But we still have Nicholas Moreau out front. He's pulling away ever so slightly over Scott Healy, as James Morris is ever so slightly sneaking up on Scott Healy. So
91 loses control.
yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow is out. That's gonna mess up Joe Flanagan's.
Looks like Ryan Chapman's off track. Todd Burnett went off track as well. I wonder if they were involved in it. Let's go back and see here. Look at Ryan Chapman, see what happened here. The Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay 2, 3, and 4. Oh, yeah, there's contact between him and that is the
Ryan Chapman and the 73 of Todd Burnett.
Todd Burnett in the 73. Coming off the corner. See if we can look at that again. On board with the Todd Burnett machine. Off turn 4. Just slight contact between the two. Since it's 73 spinning through the infield.
Yeah, that's just, I think, the case of 2 trucks trying to get to the same spot, and that doesn't usually work.
Coming off the corner there.
Heavy contact with the inside wall.
Yeah, he definitely made contact with the inside. Did not lock it down, and it rolled into the inside wall. And that's going to be tough to come back from for the 73. So that takes out any green flag pit stops for this stage. Everybody's going to come in and get their service here and go green to the end, which could be interesting because they're going to go all out and try to make it to lap 45 from here on.
Yeah, and Joe Flanagan's going to get his lap back here, but now he's already pitted, and he's going to be behind all these guys because he didn't get a chance to get his lap back. So that strategy, unfortunately, did not work well for Pepto Joe. But yeah, everybody's going to get a fresh set of shoes. We're going to have 15 laps or so, well, probably 12 laps or so to the stage. So I expect we're going to ramp this thing up here. The intensity is going to get ramped up for sure.
Well, while that happens and while they get sorted out, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back after this for the restart and the race to the stage after this.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Atlanta Motors, Atlanta. Well, I'm still stuck in Atlanta, Richie. This is Auto Club Speedway here.
Long coast.
Yeah, it's a long way from Atlanta here. But sun's starting to set here at Auto Club Speedway. We're getting ready for an intense battle to the stage here towards the end. Can't wait for it. These guys are getting lined up, and we'll see who made it off pit road the best here up front.
Looks like Scott Healy got off first and then followed by Nicholas Moreau. So now Nicholas is going to be the outside looking in here. James Morris third, Lewis Meglin fourth, Kyle Malikian fifth, Corey Atkins sixth, Bobby Terrell's back to seventh, Michael Blackner to eighth, Ryan Lark ninth, and Chris Gore rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, so a little bit of a shake up there. We got Corey Atkins now up there in the top 5 in 5th spot. You have Scott Healy taking the lead, so he's going to get the restart when he wants. Should be intense for sure up there. It's going to put Nicholas Moreau in dirty air.
I'm wondering if there's some 2 tires out there. I've tried that recently. It didn't work out for me, but
I
it might
wondered,
work here.
But I think tires are so important here that you're probably going to take them, even though this is a drafting track. But we're going to see here. The pace car is going to pull off. Scott Healy is going to bring him down to the restart zone where he has control of the race. And green flag is out, and we are back underway racing here in the Auto Club 100.
And that right there is why leading the race, coming to a green flag, is so important, because you get to dictate when the race starts. And now you have James Morris that actually is in front of Nicholas Moreau. So this is the first time we're going to see Nicholas in traffic. Is he going to be able to get back to the front?
Never mind. We got a new leader. The 18 of James Morris swoops around. Oh, apparently he must have had a penalty. Scott Healy dropping off pace. I think he got a penalty on the restart. It's going to hand the lead to James Morris, but here comes Nick Moreau to his inside.
Yeah, the 64's dropped back, but he didn't pick that particular lap, so that's a little strange. But anyway, Nicholas Moreau to the inside for the lead here, so he's making short work, but let's see, they're side by side. Can he make it stick?
This is a very short run, well, a somewhat short run to the stage, so I don't think tires are going to come into play like it would have had we'd stayed green. So now these guys are going to be racing all out.
Yeah, this is the time. You don't have to save anything because it's such a short run. You'll be able to get a caution at the stage and get some new shoes on then too. But Nicholas Moreau clears James coming out of 4th. We have a new leader, but it looks like James might be crossing over.
He crosses him over, goes back to the inside. Here comes James Morris to the inside of Nicholas Moreau. Behind him, last week's winner, Corey Atkins, works into 3rd spot, brings Kyle Milliken with him.
We got, once again, we got racing all over the racetrack. James Morris he took the lead back, and Nicholas comes on the outside with that big run. So I don't know who's going to win here, but they're definitely racing it out here. They're doing everything they can at this particular point to get the lead. As now Lewis Meglin is looking to get by Corey Atkins for 3rd.
Side by side for the lead through 3 and 4. You want to control this race. You want to be up front. You want to be in that clean air. That's what these guys are battling for. But while they do that, they're bringing the one of Corey Atkins into the battle with Lewis Meglin, Kyle Milliken, and others closely behind.
Yeah, about 33 other guys that are closely behind now. So we got the whole field here is now we're 2 by 2 as everybody is racing. The whole top 10 is right there. And then you got more people running behind there that are running 2 by 2. So everybody digging for everything they got as we got a 4-car battle for the lead at this point.
Yeah, 2 by 2 for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here off the corner. James Morris holding tight and holding tough there on the bottom, but Nicholas Moreau gets a good run off the corner. Here comes Corey Atkins to the outside. He's going to pull up behind Nick, try to get that draft and try to pull by the 18 of Morris.
Morris shoots the gap, and Corey goes under him in 1 and 2. Wow, that was a good move. But James should have a nice run down the backstretch as he's getting draft of Nicholas in front and Lewis behind him.
Yeah, he's going to be in position to get that draft. Lewis Meglin trying to capitalize with the 1 being on the bottom, trying to draft around the 43 Kyle Milliken right there with him. Bobby Terrell just hanging back, watching this, trying to figure out what he can do here.
Ooh,
that was close.
That was a squeeze. Now we're kind of splitting out. James might be letting his tires try to warm up, cool down a little bit before he makes another run, as Nicholas is down on the bottom. James sticking to the top side here.
Yeah, James goes high, Nicholas goes low. The 1 of Corey Atkins goes low. Again, tire saving out the window here, I think, with about 8 laps to go. It's all see what you can do. As 18 goes to the inside into turn 3, trying to maybe pull a slide job here into 3 and 4. He does. He slides up in front of Nicholas. Completes the pass.
Slide job,
Yeah.
slide job.
And now Nicholas is going to pull back under him. He's not going to let him have it that easy. Here comes Nicholas to the inside, the 15 with the run down the straightaway.
I still can't believe that the guys behind him aren't getting involved in this as they continually swap positions back and forth on a lap by lap basis here. As now Corey Atkins is trying to get involved.
He comes up under the 18, but the 18 has to draft in the run down the backstretch off the top side. And now he's going to look inside of the 15, and Moreau's going to do a slide job once again down here in turn 3 and 4.
He's got Corey right behind him. I think Corey's trying to get involved in that slide job, but he's not far enough up yet.
15 tries to fill the gap, and he didn't clear, so the 15 is going to stick to his outside 2 by 2 for the first 4 positions.
Well, Lewis is probably up there licking his chops saying, come on, guys, get out of my way. I want to get up there.
Are we going to go 3? Are we going to go 3?
Wide. We are 3 wide for the lead coming out of 2.
All right, 1 on the bottom. Can he hang there, though, because he's lost all that momentum on the bottom? He's going to slide back inside. The 18's actually going to slide behind the 15 here in front of the 43. And so they're lined up 1, 2, 3 on the outside, but the 15 goes back to the bottom.
A man after my own heart. Got to go right to the bottom.
We're coming to 5 laps to go to the stage, so 5 laps to figure it out between these guys. And again, Kyle Milliken, Bobby Terrell still hanging there. The top 6 under a blanket as we head into 1.
Looks like the 15 cut off the outside of James Morris's run there, but that opened up the bottom for the number 1 to try to shoot. Ooh, man, these guys are not cutting each other slack.
Slicing and dicing. The 43 is going to pull to the inside of the 1, who lost momentum by running the bottom. Now the 43 is going to probably pull a slide job, I would say, here in 3 and 4. Does so. It's going to slide up in front of the 1. Hopes to dump that dirty air on the 1 and slow him down, but the 1, he does touch the wall off the corner.
Just in the wall.
I know that feeling, man. When a truck slides up in front of you like that, you kind of lose the air on the front of the truck. Here comes James Morris back on the attack to the 15 and Nicholas Moreau here into 1.
While all this fantastic racing is going on, there's racing throughout this field, and everybody in the top 10 is battling for those all-important stage points. As 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th are all under a blanket behind the group that we're watching here for the lead, as Nicholas Moreau dives again to the bottom to try to take the lead away from James.
I thought the 18 and Morris was going to kind of control the race there down the straightaway. The 15 stayed behind him, but then dove under him in 3 and 4, and now still beside him. No momentum, though. He's going to pull back up behind him. Those two put a little bit of distance between themselves and the 43 of Meglin and the 1 of Atkins.
Yeah, they've definitely started to separate themselves as the dominant trucks here. The 2 of them, Nicholas obviously leading most of the first half of the stage, but James has worked his way past now. I think he might actually have control of this race at the moment.
Into turn 3, they'll be coming to 3 to go for the stage. The 15 goes back to the bottom, trying to make that bottom line work. 18 on the top, he's going to roll the top and try to keep that momentum. He's going to be there, but the 15 pulls side by side with him down the straightaway.
As I thought that the 18 might actually have control of the race, the 15 proves me wrong and comes right back strong here, as Bobby Terrell is trying to work his way under Kyle Malikian for 5th.
Still side by side through 1 and 2, still side by side for the lead. 15 hanging tough on the inside, 18 with the momentum on the outside. A little bit of side drive. 15 is going to fall back in line as they head into 3.
He's going to dive to the bottom. Now, dive into the bottom like that, you can get through the middle, in and through the middle of the corner so much better than you can on the outside, but you have to be able to you can't use the whole track coming out and have to give up that space with the 18 gaining momentum off, and the 18 pulls away down straightaway.
Yeah, you see how much momentum he lost at the corner. He was actually ahead exiting turn 4, but that momentum, with the 18 on the high side, just pulled him right by him. He wasn't able to clear him, so he was able to pull right by him on the outside. Heading down the backstretch, we see the sun coming into play too. It's kind of tough to see down there. If you're not careful, you can misjudge that and get in the back of the car you're racing.
And as we go, now the number 1 dives under the 43 for 3rd. We got the 52 and the 89 battling for 7th. There's just, as we're a handful of laps here, I think we got 1 more to the stage. Everybody is fighting for those important stage points. even 9th, 10th.
Oh, we got a wreck
all.
on the front stretch. 89 goes around off the front of the 52. That's going to bring the caution out, and at the time of caution, the 18 leading will take the stage win. But tough break for the 89. 52 and 89 made contact. We were watching it as it happened, and 89 goes right around.
So this will be the stage caution. I mean, we're only one lap short, so this will definitely be the stage.
Yep, so stage break is happening here. Your stage winner tonight, the 18 of James Morris. Nicholas Moreau will finish in second. Lewis Meglin third. Corey Atkins fourth. Bobby Terrell, your top five. Then you got Kyle Milliken, Jason Chilton, Colby Meeks, Robert Malikian, and Ryan Lark, your top 10. Unfortunately, the 89 of Chris Gore was racing for a stage position in the top 10, and then that was the caution, and unfortunately he's going to miss out on stage points.
I haven't looked at the wreck yet, so I want to go back and take a look at it myself.
We're going to look at it as well.
Ooh.
We were watching them race down the front stretch. Just gets really close here. Down the front stretch, 89 tried to shoot the gap, wasn't clear. The 52 was right there, just kind of clipped him, and sends him spinning down into turn one.
It doesn't look like there's a ton of damage on anybody's truck, so no harm, no foul.
I don't think he damaged his truck. The only issue, and I know this from experience, is that he slid across the pit exit line, so he will get a penalty. You'll have to serve that.
All right.
Unfortunately, this is the way the track's designed. The pit exit actually comes out on the apron. So, but yeah, let's see if we can ride along with it.
Pit road is busy. Everybody coming down pit road to get some new shoes.
Riding on board with the 89 here on this replay. Yeah, it just kind of turns around, almost gets a little air there. These guys are going fast, and you realize it when you get turned around there and the air starts to try to pick the truck up.
Well, you know, NASCAR does such a great job trying to keep their cars from flipping over that, you know, iRacing, you can't flip these trucks over. So, great job. Actually, it was a good job not hitting anything. Just doing two 360s there, 720.
Well, he's showing off. I know.
Yeah. We got a little time before we go back to green here. You want to try to see if we could bring somebody up here and see how their race is going here at the stage break?
Yeah, we can. Let's talk to somebody. Let's see if we can talk to who won the stage. Let's see if we can pull stage winner, if I can find him. James Morris, who's actually muted, so we won't talk to him.
He is, yes.
Let's see who finished third in our stage.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Actually, Lewis Meglin or Corey Atkins did.
Let's talk to Lewis if we can find him, because Lewis is having a good run, and he been performing well out here so far. Let's see if I don't see him in.
They're all running and hiding
Discord
from us
here. Though. Yeah.
They're all hiding from us.
Well, we're wanting to go here, so we're gonna maybe let these guys get back to racing here. We'll try to grab somebody if we have another caution, but man, all the guys we wanted to talk to, we can't find.
Yeah, they're hiding from us. They're all scared. They're all running scared. But they're doing some hard work out there. We got Kyle Milliken. To the point, he must have had a really good pit stop. He took the outside.
He didn't
as well.
pit. He did not pit. That's
He
why I
did
wanted to
not
talk to him.
pit.
He stayed out. So that's a interesting strategy, but a good strategy to, I guess, save a set of tires. Maybe could be the strategy. I'm not sure, but he did not pit. He stayed out and is now leading the race. So this should be interesting. And I gotta say, man, that was some fun race. That was fun to watch. There was some good racing there for the stage.
Racing.
Yeah, a lot of good side by side racing and actual side by side racing, not just side by side riding around.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was all through the field. I mean, it was from the 1 and 2 all the way back to last place. They were running side by side, and again, not the side by side, but they were racing side by side. They were doing their best to try to clear. There were slide jobs. There was momentum on the outside. We had it all on that stage. So here we come back to green flag here.
Green flag's going to come back out here. They enter the restart zone. Pace car's off. 42 Milliken's going to lead them down. And we are back underway here. The Auto Club 250 racing to the end, lap 100. We are currently on lap 49.
I'm not convinced about this strategy of Kyle's.
Yeah.
There was 10, 15 laps there of pretty hard racing, and
While I said tires didn't really matter for that run, they do matter to a point, and they're really going to matter here with these guys on fresh tires.
but he will save a set of tires. But yeah, I don't know. He's going to probably drop pretty quickly here. So we'll see. He's already lost the lead, and I thought they were about to go 3 wide with him.
Oh, it's tough racing back there behind him. The 42 Milliken is a roadblock right now with those older tires. Getting a push from the 43 of Meglin, though, getting him back up to speed. Down into turn 1. He's going to stay high, and we'll see what happens if they split him here. Looks like they are going to try to go 3 wide. The 43 in the middle is at the 00 on the inside, the 42 on the outside, and they make that work. Now, it's just going to be a freight train by the 42 as he's on those older tires.
Yeah, and I think he realizes that because that last corner he went to the high side, and I think he's just trying to get out of the way and make sure he's not in the way of anybody as they go through. But we have a battle for second brewing here as Corey Atkins is starting to show a little bit of muscle on James Morris. But we know that James, I don't think we're seeing what James is completely capable of here. I think he's going to be saving some of his stuff here for the long run.
So Bobby Terrell's going to choose the outside there behind the 18. Now the 43 looks to his inside. Kind of indecisive there by the 94, and the 43 takes the bottom, and they work it out there.
So I'm just following the Kyle back, and there's only one guy that's been riding behind him here in the high line. Who do you think that would be? Our
That would have to be
Spicy.
Yeah.
Our buddy Spicy. Everybody else is making their way past him on the inside.
Or maybe the 11 saving tires too.
All right, so the one has gotten past James Morris. We got Bobby Terrell and Lewis Meglin running kind of the middle groove at this point. And then we're seeing the 00 pop in here with Kobe Meese as they're running for 6th and 7th.
Yeah, watching this, is that the
That would be the 89 on the bottom.
is that Chris Gore on the 89 on the bottom? Yeah.
Yeah, he got sideways. New tires. He just came out of the pits, I think, for serving a penalty with new tires, and you know how slick they can be.
Yeah. He had to. Forgot about that. Yeah, he definitely, like I said, slid across that pit exit line, and unfortunately, it goes all the way out to the apron. But Nicholas Moreau assumes position back out front. Once again, Corey Atkins, the new challenger, in second spot. Bobby Terrell in third. James Morris and Lewis Meglin, your top 5 here.
Got Kobe Mice back there in 6th. Ryan Lark in 7th. Jason Chilton 8th. Robert Malikian up from 21st spot. Actually, and Jason Chilton up from 30th. And then Michael Blackner still in the top 10. Jeff Chandler from deep left field, 33rd, up to 10th now.
Well, we got a mess back here. Got a gaggle for about 15th on back here. Is Joe Flanagan, Donald Bell, Keaton Pipe, Tony Solari, J.P. Burns in here as well. Now they're 3 wide. And they're 3 wide behind them as well.
Yeah, and Kyle is slowly making his way to the back of the pack, unfortunately. I didn't think that was going to work out too well for him.
Well, and that may have been expected, to be honest with you, if it's a strategy move to save a set of tires. If we have a rash of cautions at the end of the race, it could work out. But we've had a lot of green flag racing so far, and I hope it continues because there's been a lot of good racing out there as well.
Yeah, these guys. So that's one of the things about California. There's so much room. That's why it was odd to see the contact between Ryan Chapman and the 73 of Todd Burnett, because there is so much room on the racetrack. But
they wanted the same. They wanted the same place, though, Reggie. I mean,
yeah. Well, they were the one spot in the track where they wanted the same place together. But Usually
turn
there's
four,
just so much room.
Turn 4 is infamous for that, though, because the guy on the bottom is fighting for grip, trying to get his car to turn and trying to get all the speed you can to head to the straightaway, the front stretch. And you see the 69 and the 11 almost touching there, the 11 grazing the wall. But coming off turn 4, it's really easy for the bottom guy to slide up because you're losing all that grip and you're sliding up the track. Meanwhile, the guy on the outside's ripping the top, got the momentum, and sometimes on the bottom you don't expect him to still be there, but he's still there because he's got that momentum going around the top side. So I think we may see that again. That's just the trouble spot on this track. Oh, we got contact between
There's a wreck in the back.
the 4 and the 16. They keep it straight.
No caution yet.
They kept it straight, man. They saved that.
Oh, the 4's around. The 4 is trying again. Oh my goodness.
He's in the grass, but we are still green once again. What a couple of saves. Oh, my goodness.
My God. What the heck?
Let's go back and look at that because that was impressive. Down the backstretch, they just get too close. That's the first or the second one. Oh, my goodness. He comes back up in traffic. I don't know. The 16 and the 4 touch, and then I need to rewind that and look at that again because I'm not sure who moves or what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know. They just kind of came together. I think maybe the 4 came up a little bit because I think the 00 was in front of them and came up, and just slightly contact the 16.
Well, that was.
And then they both got sideways, and nobody spun.
That was a heck of a save by both of them. Yeah, they just kind of get together. They're a little bit of a net code too, but they get together there, and then it shoots the 16 down into the 4. Who goes sliding once again, and then he saves it, gets in the grass, tries to catch the cars sideways once again right in front of the field. Everybody doing a great job to avoid him. Saves it once again through the grass and continues on. Man, what a wild ride that had to be.
Definitely crazy for sure, but I'm shooting back up front, and Nicholas Moreau has shot himself out as a cannon. He's got almost a 2-second lead over Corey Atkins, who's fighting with Bobby Terrell, Lewis Meglin, James Morris, and now Jason Chilton has entered the picture. And actually, Jeff Chandler's there as well.
Yeah, so the 52 and 18. 52 and 18 are teammates, so they probably got the same setup underneath, and those trucks look really fast tonight. The GHR truck guys are flying.
Wide.
3 wide for
we
second.
Are 3 wide for second, yeah.
94, the 1 and 43, all 3 wide. And now the 1 and 43, or 1 and 94 is side by side, but that run off the top is going to let the 1 kind of clear. Now 43 is going to try to clear as well.
Oh, that is so frustrating when you're Bobby Terrell. I got this guy, and then you end up losing 3 spots because you just didn't have, you just couldn't get off the corner.
You will never get this. You will never get this.
And now it looks like he might lose another spot to the 52.
He's going to slide up in front and reclaim maybe some momentum here. But you're right. He lost 2. He tried to take 1 position and ended up losing 2 more.
That's frustrating. I mean, that's Bobby's a patient guy, but that is so frustrating when you go to try to get that one pass and then 2 guys kind of just I like to call them the vultures because they just pounce. They see an opening and they pounce.
And that's the flip side.
Nature of the business.
That's the flip side of this run wherever you want on track too, because while it's great you can run different lanes, it makes it harder to complete. It's easier to start a pass, but it's a lot harder to complete a pass because you can run all over this track. There's no one predetermined best line. You can kind of do it a couple different ways, and if the guy gets position on you, you can lose. Oh, you see the 52 and the 94
it's
touch
sideways. They and that's part of it, and it's just this is one of those tracks that you have to pass in the corner that you're trying to pass somebody, because if you don't, exactly what can happen is that not only do you lose a spot, but the guys behind you will freight train you a little bit there as the 52 makes his way past the 94, and now Jeff Chandler's looking. Jeff Chandler moving up, like I said, so is Jason Chilton. Looks like we have Joe Flanagan back up to 13th, making a good comeback from his kind of missed tire strategy there. And Ryan Chapman up from 32nd to 11th. We have Diane Chapman in the chat as always, rooting Ryan on. So thanks for watching, Diane.
Go Ryan, go! And Ryan had a little bit of difficulty early on with some contact, but he's starting to work his way up through the field. Currently in 12th spot.
We'll call that excitement. He had a little excitement.
Well, he's up 20 positions, so he started in the back, worked his way up, and then went back to the back because of some contact, so he's working his way up again. I don't know if it's the way he planned it, but after a second-place finish last week at Atlanta, I'm sure he's looking to maybe capitalize this week at Auto Club and try to get that win that just slipped out of his fingers there at Atlanta.
So a couple laps ago, I had mentioned that Nicholas was shot out of a cannon and had almost a 2-second lead. That lead is now cut to a second and a half. So Corey Atkins is slowly working his way back to Nicholas here. So I'm wondering if maybe Nicholas went a little bit too hard too early, and these guys are going to start to catch him a little bit.
Yeah, he may be saving tires too. Not really sure, but I guess we'll see when he gets there, if he gets there. If he's got anything for the 15. The 15 was strong. The 18 was strong early on. A lot of these guys have something to battle for the win here. But we do have, and I'll say it again, we have pit stops looming for these guys at some point in this run to the finish. So there will be another pit stop these guys have to make. And so we'll see when they decide to make that call, make that stop, and see if they can gain track position that way. And we got a couple new players in the top 10 as well we wanted to mention. Ryan Lark up to P8. He started 11th, so he's up 3 positions, but now cracked the top 10, just slowly inching his way forward. And right behind him is Colby Meese in the 8. We've already talked about him as well, cracking the top 10 tonight.
He just recently had his birthday, too. I believe he turned like 15th a couple days ago.
Yeah.
15 a couple days ago. So happy belated birthday to the Cornmeister.
Doing good for a 15-year-old.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
We jest. He, I think, turned 20.
Yeah, he turned 20. Yep, 20. So once again, we get some battles. This is one of those tracks that when you are running with guys, it always seems to be a constant battle because one guy's running the top, one guy's running the bottom, and a lot of times what will end up happening is the guy in the bottom and the guy in the top are running very similar speeds, but they just kind of diverge, and then they kind of come together, and then they diverge, and you basically run together like that, and it could be a little frustrating because you're not really trying to pass somebody, and you think they're trying to pass, or a lot of stuff going on here at this particular point. A lot of strategy, I think, is happening, and you're right. Pit stops coming up. If it's green flag pit stops, that could have a tremendous impact on this race. If you do one thing wrong, it can completely screw up your race. So a lot of things can run into these guys' heads.
Update on Kyle Milliken, by the way. I think he's made a pit stop, and he's currently a lap down, but he's zooming through the field with those new tires, trying to make the most of what he can. Now, if he catches the caution just right, this could really work out for him. But if the caution comes out now, he'll end up a lap down, and he may get the lucky dog because I'm not sure if I think he's the first car lap down, but even then, I mean, he's going to have a long way to go from the back.
And it also depends on how long they go before the bulk of the pack pit. If they go 5 laps in pit, he's going to end up working out pretty good on a deal. But if they go 15 laps, it'll work out for a little bit. But I don't think overall it's going to be a winning strategy, unfortunately, for him.
So, yeah, recap up front. Nicholas Moreau out to a 1.1 second lead. You're right, Corey's cutting into that, so he's coming. Meanwhile, for third, they're still trying to decide who wants to run third between James Morris, Jason Chilton now in the 52, and Lewis Meglin, all trying to fight for that third place spot. But the front two are kind of in their own lane, their own zip code right now, just kind of riding. And I'm sure Corey's trying to eat in on Nicholas's lead.
Yeah, and that's tough to do when you start to see that time come down. It's tough to not overdrive your truck and kill those tires trying to catch somebody, which can also happen. But I'm wondering if some of the old KG veterans here are just riding around trying not to use up their stuff, and I'm talking about Bobby and Jeff there in 6th and 7th. Ooh, the 43 hit the wall hard. He keeps on going though.
That's not what you want to do. You knock the truck out of alignment, and it will not drive like it did. It will not have the speed that it did. Yeah, you got Bobby Terrell and Jeff Chandler behind those guys. Jeff up 26 spots from his starting position, doing everything right there. Jason Chilton, though, in fourth spot, up 27th positions. So impressive run for him as well.
He just took over sole possession of third there too. So he's definitely on a march here for sure. We got. I just saw somebody. Nope. All right. Never mind. No, that's right. It was the Scott Healy in the 64 coming back to the front. Our outside pole sitter is back up to ninth after falling back a little bit earlier in the race.
Yeah, there's the 64 machine.
Just going by the Red Bull machine of Michael Blackner there.
I think he had a. I thought he had a restart infraction or something on the stage restart, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure he went a lap down, or did he? I'm not really.
I'm also wondering if maybe he didn't take tires and ended up going back like that. I don't know, but there was definitely something happened there on that one restart. But
you got the 34 Chris Beck on pit road right now, so he's one of the first ones to hit pit road.
And we must be getting close, 40, 70. So yeah, we should be getting close to the end of the run here. So I'm expecting to see a bunch of guys come down pit road within the next couple of laps here.
Again, it's all Nicholas Moreau out front right now. But I will say Corey Atkins is getting closer. He's 0.8 now behind 0.8 of a second behind Nicholas Moreau. And Jason Chilton's broken free of the battle for third. He's got sole position of third with teammate James Morris in fourth behind him.
Then followed Lewis Megwin follows up with Bobby Terrell, Ryan Lark, Jeff Chandler in eighth, Scott Healy back up to ninth, and then Michael Blackner having a fantastic run so far. Hold on to 10th.
I think the 94 just got the wall in turn one. There was something happened between the 94 and somebody there. Let's go back and look at that. Quick replay.
Oh, he fell back. He fell back a lot, didn't he?
Oh, the 00 got in the back of the 94. That was a great save by the 94 for sure. But the 00 kind of got in the back of him there.
Yeah, no damage, but definitely slowed both their momentums down as Bobby's now fell back all the way back to ninth place. And we have people pitting because...
Yeah, Michael Blackner's in the pits.
I was about to say, because Michael Blackner's missing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he got damaged. I think it is a scheduled pit stop, and that's going to start opening the window for these other guys who are going to start thinking about making their pit stop. Make it early, make some time on the pit, on the track, and it may pay off here.
Looks like we have Jeff Chandler going in for the pits right now.
All right, so Chandler hits pit road, gets it woed down. You got Mike Redmond, Joe Flanagan, William Lark starting to come in now. Now we're starting to see these pit stops.
I want to give a shout out to the 21 of Keaton Pipe. We haven't mentioned him much over the last couple of weeks, but he's having a fantastic race just outside the top 10. I think he was running about 11th or 12th before pit stop started. So great race by him so far tonight.
Absolutely. A solid run, and that's exactly what you want after some disappointment in the last two races. I think with the 21 getting caught up in other accidents and all, having a solid race so far tonight here at Auto Club. And now we're seeing some of these other guys pit. Ryan Lark's going to come in. Corey Atkins' teammate is going to come in as well, pitting on the same lap. So these guys are going to duck in and take their service and try to get back out front and rip off some quick laps is what you want to do, and make time with those fresh tires.
Yep, got Michael Redmond coming out. We got the 24 of Lark coming out. We got more people coming down pit road here. So it's definitely getting busy on pit road. It's nice that everybody's kind of spreading it out a little bit and they're not on top of each other. Because nothing, especially on a track like this, you don't want everybody...
Here comes our leader. Nicholas Moreau's going to hit pit road here in the 15. Gets it down to pit speed. Meanwhile, James Morris, Jason Chilton, Scott Healy, those guys are going to stay out. Keaton Pipe coming to pit road as well.
They are still got a bunch of guys that haven't pitted yet. So we got to be getting close to the end of their run here. So now is the time where you might end up getting some kind of an incident, as you got guys on fresh tires trying to pass guys on older tires, and there's a lot of speed difference between the two. So hopefully everything works out here.
And if you hadn't pitted yet, if you hadn't pitted yet,
this
is not what you don't want to see a caution.
Exactly. I was watching 3 wide as exactly what I was talking about. Somebody catching somebody, and then they were going 3 wide through turns 3 and 4 there. So, yeah, this is definitely this is your pins and needles. If you've pitted already, that nothing happens, because now you got guys a lap down that were running up front, and until it cycles through, you want to make sure that
chaotic back here. That's what I'm watching too. You got the 18 getting swallowed up by some of the new tire guys, and it's tough.
So, and you got somebody like Michael Blackner, who pitted early, who is riding right around where Nicholas Moreau is there. It's like 3 wide on the front stretch. So those extra couple laps that Michael pitted in early definitely moved him up the ladder, but I think that's going to hurt him more in the long run. Because his tires will go away a little bit quicker than the other guys.
Yeah, Michael kind of
got Chandler.
Go ahead. He kind of got trapped behind another truck there on older tires coming off the corner. Lost a lot of momentum, maybe lost some positions there as well on the guys he's racing. So it's tough to fight your way through, because those older tire guys, they're going to run where their truck is best. They're the ones, on the lead lap. You're going to have to find your way around them. But also, their tires are old, so their truck's basically going to carry them wherever they can get the truck to carry them. So you're kind of fighting the handling. So if you got the newer tires, you're going to have to kind of work around them, because their trucks are not going to be handling as good as yours.
So James Morris and the 52 just completed their pit stop, so they're coming out, and they stayed out quite a bit longer than the other two, so they're going to be a little bit further back, but they're going to have the freshest tires of the front runners towards the end of this race. But the biggest gainer I've seen so far, Jeff Chandler, he is basically right behind Nicholas Moreau as they're running around right now. So when it cycles through, he could be second when this is all said and done at the moment. So big jump.
Sky Healy comes to pit road. The 11 of Tony Solari on pit road as well. Lewis Macklin has yet to make a pit stop. JP Burns out there as well. The 61 of Josh Mayhew and Casey McMullen in the 88 out there as well have yet to make pit stops, along with Joseph Burgess, Markyle Henderson, and Scout Neff.
Yep. I see Bobby Terrell and Kobe Meese coming back, blending in as they just completed their pit stops. So just waiting for those last couple to pit, and I see Lewis Meglin coming in right now. So our leader is on pit road right now, or coming to pit road right now.
Lewis Meglin's going to come in. JP Burns stays out. Josh Mayhew in with him as well. Casey McMullen stays out. So starting to cycle through the end of pit stops here with 19 laps to go.
So Nicholas Moreau, I'm trying to figure out where he's at here. Let me look at where Nicholas is, because I think that
Corey Atkins actually has jumped Nicholas Moreau. Corey's actually out front of Nicholas right now.
Oh, he is? How did that happen?
1.7 seconds out front of Nicholas Moreau. So interesting. I'm not really sure what happened there, but Jeff Chandler is currently third of the guys that have stopped so far. Michael Blackner currently fourth.
I wonder if Corey pitted before Nicholas did. I just don't remember when he pitted in the cycle. There was a lot of pits going on there.
Yeah, there was.
And I can't remember that far back.
A lot going on. JP Burns on pit road. Casey McMullen continues to cycle out there on the track. Joseph Burgess out there as well. Markyle Henderson as well.
Casey McMullen is he's the only guy I know that can squeeze a gas tank dry. It's like he's got something in the back that just squeezes the sponge dry. He always runs that thing down. He's been notorious for that through his career, even though this is his first race back in quite a long time.
Yeah, he's out there.
Good to see him.
Looking to get a new wheel too. So we'll see.
Good to see him back, though. Very good to see him back.
Absolutely. But he is always one of the ones that kind of run along here. Now, Markyle Henderson, Joseph Burgess want him to pit because they want to lead lap too. So Bad news though. They usually goes pretty long here.
Yeah, like I said, he usually squeezes every single drop out of that truck before he pits. But Corey Atkins still is up to 5th, so we got, what, 4 cars? And JP Burns might be pitting now. Yeah, JP Burns is on pit road right now. And Casey might be coming in right now as well.
So we got 3 cars that have yet to pit. Looks like Casey is slowing down to come to pit road here, so he'll relinquish the lead here and take his pit service with 12 laps to go. No, 17. Sorry, 17 laps to go.
Well, you got me excited.
Yeah, I know. I thought we were closer.
All right, so the 62 and the 90 are both coming to pit road now. So that would be everybody pitted, and it would cycle back to Corey Atkins on the lead with Nicholas Moreau 2nd, Jeff Chandler 3rd, Michael Blackner 4th, Scout Neff would be 5th, Ryan Lark, James Morris, and Ryan Chapman. Corey's got a 1.2 second lead on Nicholas, so
I'm not seeing
whatever he did,
Scout on my leaderboard.
He might have pitted. That's possible. He did.
Oh, he
yeah,
did.
He pitted.
He is in pit road.
Yeah,
yes.
he pitted. Yep.
So it's Corey Atkins, Nicholas Moreau, Jeff Chandler, and Michael Blackner, and Ryan Lark, your top 5. And yeah, Corey's actually out front, 1.2 seconds in front of Nicholas. He may have a little older tires, but he's in position. Can he hang on? Will Nicholas run him down? Does Jeff Chandler got anything for either one of them? You got Michael Blackner, who's suddenly made an appearance up here in 4th spot, and Ryan Lark continues to march forward, currently in the 5th in that 00.
All I know is that whatever Corey's doing, he's all hopped up on that Nesquik strawberry, so it's working for him for sure.
Yeah, he's the other pink car. You know, we've been joking about that. We have the Pepto Joe machine, and we have the Nesquik machine, the strawberry Nesquik here. And yeah, you're right. It's working for him so far.
Although I think Nicholas is a tick faster, so now it comes down to, does Nicholas have enough time to reel him in?
But remember, if you remember on the last run though, the one was starting to run down the 15 on long run. So this may be kind of may balance out here if we go green.
And this would be 2 in a row for Corey, right? He won Atlanta, so he's definitely showed up to the scene here and is putting a hurting on the field here.
Absolutely. Your points leader coming in, Kyle Milliken, currently running 17th. That pit strategy to stay out and save those tires has not worked out so far for him. So currently running 17th spot, down 10 positions from where he started in 7th.
Every once in a while, you got to try something a little bit different. You know,
yeah.
maybe it'll work out. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Fortunately for today, for Kyle, I don't think it's going to work out. You never know. We can get a late race caution here, and he might be able to put some shoes on that nobody else has. But
how dare you curse
this
race?
We got 12 laps to go. So
so far, so good. 12 laps to go here at Auto Club Speedway, the Auto Club 200 for the SimRacingPoints.com Truck Series. Racing action brought to you by Full Throttle Television.
So we got, again, we got 3 guys in the top 10 that started deep in the field in the 30s. We got Chandler running 3rd, Ryan Chapman up to 8th from 32nd, and Jason Chilton coming back to 10th, starting in 30th. So guys starting deep in the field, making their way forward here.
Coming towards the front, but they're going to run out of time right now because your leaders are out to about a 3-second lead over 3rd place.
And I hear some Jaws music going, da-dum, da-dum, because here comes Nicholas Moreau. He is within a 1/2 tenth of the leader.
He is. He's definitely making some inroads on the 1 now. And that was sudden drop in pace for the one of Corey Atkins. We'll see if he can hang on here. Nicholas closing in. But Nick has actually pulled away from the 31 of Jeff Chandler in 3rd, so can Jeff hang on to 3rd? Because James Morris is behind him in 4th as well. You got Scott Healy in 5th now. Good rebound from Scott Healy after that restart miscue.
Yeah, absolutely. He's back up to 6th. James Morris got by Michael Blackner, so Blackner back to 5th. Ryan Lark having a good run, although I think there might be a rival in his future from Bobby Terrell there. He's running 7th. Ryan Chapman, as I said, up to 8th. Alan Duranco having a fantastic run in 9th. and Jason Chilton to 10th. I'm wondering if Jason didn't have had a snafu or something on his pit stop, because he was up with Morris prior to pit stops.
You see the 00 and the 22 having words off turn 4 there. They were really close. When the 00 came up off the corner, 22 was in his bumper. They straightened that out there and keep going. They have a little bit of a history from Daytona, so
you might want to tell Michael that that the 00's already got a rival for this race.
Yeah. And Ryan Chapman up to 8th now. So these guys with newer tires are starting to come forward. I will say Michael Blackner was one of the first drivers to pit, so he was on pit road first, and those old tires are starting to show now.
Nicholas Moreau is under 2/10 and a car length behind for the lead.
Well, here we go. This is going to be
there.
the battle. 1 and 2 here. 9 laps to go here at Auto Club Speedway, the SimRacingPoints.com Truck Series. So far, so good. These guys, they race it out. I mean, I think Nick's got the better truck right now, but the one Corey Atkins has track position, it's all going to be about lane choice. Where do you run? What lane do you give him? Do you run the high side for momentum? Do you run the bottom because it's the short way around? How do your tires hold up? You know, all that stuff. And how do you catch lap traffic? Because that could be a factor as well. I know it was before.
Do you block the lane that the guy behind just catching you in to try to make him force him to go to a different line, as Corey did? Is he went to the high side and Nicholas is now underneath him for the lead.
Yes.
And while we were talking, Scott Healy moved past James Morris and is actually, both of them are closing down on Jeff Chandler for 3rd.
Side by side for the race lead down into turn 3, neck and neck, nose to nose. Into turn 3, it looks like the 15 has a slight edge, but the one's going to use that momentum on the outside. They get close. Coming off the corner, they're still side by side. Door to door down the front stretch. 7 laps to go.
Right now, the one has got the edge, but the 15, if he's a little bit better on tires, he can make this work. He's just got to be patient. He's just got to keep doing what he's doing, and eventually I think he's going to be able to move ahead there on the bottom, but Corey is putting everything into it on the outside for sure.
Both of them need to hit their marks to make the most time in their chosen lanes. They are coming up on a lap car here in front of them. We'll see how that plays out. The 15 slides up once again off turn 3 and 4, but he can't quite clear him. The one's going to have the momentum down the straightaway. They are, again, exactly side by side at the line.
And Corey's doing exactly what you need to do. If the truck's only a little bit faster than you, you need to stay up on his outside to take away that lane. I mean, he's not doing anything wrong. He's doing exactly what he needs to do, and he's trying to take away that contact, that lane from the 15, which shortens up the 15, doesn't allow him to get a run down the straightaways.
You see the one moving over, trying to get a little bit of a side draft down the straightaway to stay even with him. As they head off into 3, the 15 noses ahead a little bit. Is he going to try to slide up in front of him? Yes, he does. He clears the one up the track. Now here comes the one with the run off the top side. Where does he go? To the bottom? We're coming to 5 laps to go at the line, and here he is on the bottom side trying to retake the lead.
As this is going on behind them, Scott Healy has passed Jeff Chandler for 3rd, so moved Scott Healy up to 3rd as Corey Atkins slides back up to the lead.
That's a slide job, and he does complete the slide. Man, that was close. The 15 probably had to lift a little bit there. He's going to look back to the inside through into 3 and 4. We're coming to 4 to go here for these guys.
15, I think, might get him up, but no, he didn't clear him. He didn't
clear him. It's tied off the corner. The one's going to hang, so they come to the line. 4 laps to go. He's got to do this 4 more times.
And they are side by side. Now I'm getting worried because there is a lap car ahead of them here as they go in side by side into 1 here.
Dirty air may be more important than anything else here as they catch this lap car. But one's hanging tough on the outside. 15 tries to slide up. The one is still there. They're going to continue to be side by side as they head off into 3.
Nope, 15 cleared him going down the backstretch, but the one is definitely drafting up on him. Is he going to have anything for him going into 3 here?
This is going to be tough now because he's got sole position of the lead. If the one's got older tires, it's going to be tough for him to make anything happen here with the 15. 15 does gap him off turn 4, and that's going to be 3 laps to go. This is going to be tough for Corey to come back from.
Yeah, I think right now that Nicholas has taken control of this race with, 2 laps to go here. or 3 laps to go. I don't think Corey's going to be able to do anything here to bring it back. So, hell of an effort, though, man. What a race that was.
That was.
In the meantime, though, the 64 is catching both of them.
Well, they were
I don't
racing.
think he's going to have anywhere. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have any type of time. So we got Scott Healy in 3rd, Jeff Chandler 4th, James Morris in 5th, Ryan Lark 6th, Bobby Terrell's back up to 7th, Ryan Chapman 8th, Michael Blackner still hanging out in the top 10 in 9th, and Lewis Meglin back in 10th as we got. Is this the white flag or 2 to go?
2 laps to go. 2 laps to go for
go.
the leader. Nicholas Moreau pulling away from Corey Atkins. Scott Healy in 3rd. Great rebound for the 64. Jeff Chandler back here in 4th all by himself. James Morris kind of in his own zip code. Everybody kind of spread out now. The battle's going to be for 6th spot. It's Ryan Lark, Bobby Terrell, and Michael Blackner battle for that position. And it's a line of trucks back there, too.
Yeah, there is. Oh, my goodness. I'm looking back there. Like there's an opening at the local truck stop as they're going down the backstretch there with all these trucks.
We'll keep it on to 43 here. He's starting to march towards the front, got newer tires, but meanwhile, the leader takes the white flag. 1 lap to go as he passes the lap truck of Donald Bell. He makes that pass, so the 15 comes around, takes the white flag down the backstretch one more time around. And this will be our 3rd different winner in the series.
And don't tell anybody in the back because they are still racing like it was the last lap. Oh wait, it is the last lap. They're running crazy back here as they're run even for the top 10. As Ryan Chapman and Jason Chilton are
coming to the line
fighting for it.
The 15, Nicholas Moreau, comes to the line. He's going to take the checkered flag and wins the Auto Club 200 here for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. 2nd is going to be Corey Atkins. 3rd, Scott Healy. We'll bounce back to this battle. Everybody comes across the line. You got Jeff Chandler, James Morris, Bobby Terrell, Ryan Lark, Michael Blackner hangs on for 8th place. 9th, Lewis Meglin, and Jason Chilton rounds out your top 5. What a race, but congratulations to tonight's winner, the 15, Nicholas Moreau. Dominating fashion, led to most laps, finished up front. Didn't get the stage win, but he claims the race win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, definitely he was the truck to beat tonight, but he dominated the first part of the race. That he had to work for it. Corey Atkins definitely made it hard for him to come back up and take the lead there after pit stops. So kudos to him and great side-by-side racing. And not just for the lead all through. I know we were focusing on it, but all through the pack. It was
lap
great
after
race.
lap. And that's what this track provides is a lot of options, a lot of different lanes, great side-by-side racing. We saw it tonight. These guys doing an awesome job. 1 caution tonight, too. 1 caution only. We had a few almost cautions. Boy, I'd say by the 4 was impressive, but all in all, what an impressive night for the whole field and especially the winner tonight, Nicholas Moreau. So we'll talk to him, Corey Atkins, and Scott Healy shortly, our top 3 finishers, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back on the other side, talk to these guys, wrap up the show, and give you our thoughts of what we saw tonight here at Auto Club Speedway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here at Auto Club Speedway, finishing up here for the Auto Club 200 winner tonight, Nicholas Moreau. An exciting finish. We'll see if we can give you guys a quick rundown of the results because we didn't do that before we went to commercial. I jumped ahead. But
You got excited.
I'm excited to talk to these guys, see what they thought, because what we thought was a great race. But let's look at our results here for the Auto Club 200. Your winner tonight, Nicholas Moreau, takes home the win. Corey Atkins in the 1 finishes up second spot. Scott Healy, after leading early, comes back to a third place finish. Jeff Chandler from the back of the pack up to a P4. Got to be happy about that. James Morris, P5.
Deep left field.
And Bobby Terrell in 6th spot in the 94. 7th is going to be the 00 Ryan Lark. 22 of Michael Blackner is going to come on P8. P9 is going to be the 43 of Lewis Meglin. And Jason Chilton will round out your top 10.
Ryan Chapman comes home 11th, followed by his teammate Alan Duranko in the number 2, 12th. Another teammate, JP Burns, 13th. And then 14th, the 21 of Keaton Pipe. Colby Meese comes in home 15th in the 8. Josh Mayhew in his return comes home 16th. Mike Redman 17th. Tony Solari finishes the race. Congratulations, awesome job. Finishes the race in 18th. Joe Flanagan, after early pit stop strategy didn't work out, finishes 19th. Casey McMullen Sr. rounds out your top 20.
21st is going to be Kyle Milliken in the 42. 22nd is going to be William Lark in the 24. 23rd is going to be TJ Bartell. 23rd is TJ Bartell. 24th is Chris Beck in the 34. 25th, Justin Diltz, after an incident early, rebounds to a 25th place finish. 26th is going to be Brian Thorson. 27th, Donald Bell in the 69. Just going a lap down there at the very end. All these other guys laps down or more. 28th is going to be Joseph Burgess. 29th, Jason Coffey. 30th, one of those is Chad Lane. 31st is Chris Gore after that incident on the front stretch to bring out the stage caution. 32nd, Robert Malikian. 33rd, Scott Neff. 34th, Markyle Henderson. Sherwood Williford, 35th. And then you got some of the guys that dropped out. Todd Burnett, Wayne Grassi, 36th and 37th to round out your field here tonight.
Awesome race.
With that,
let's talk to the guys.
Yeah, let's throw it to our post-race show presented by Victory Fuel in Victory Lane. But we'll talk to third place here first and get their thoughts. And we'll pull up Scott Healy. Scott, third place finish tonight. Man, a great rebound after the issues on the restart there. Just talk about your race, man. What you had going on out there?
I know I had the speed. I know I had the run. I just screwed it up on the pit stops. You know what I mean? It's just I didn't take tires. I was just saving the set for hopefully a late caution. That didn't work, so I was put back to the back of the track, and I just had to work my way back up, and it was a win-lose situation. I know I had the speed. It's just I couldn't do anything after. I think it was like a lap 80. I was just too late, and I couldn't catch him in time.
Well, I guess Richie was right then. So you didn't take tires on the stage caution. Is that correct? Because you were up there with the 42, and I was wondering what happened on the restart there, but you just had older tires.
Yeah. I just didn't pit for tires. I just pit for fuel.
That makes sense. Well, hey, it was still a good rebound to third place, though, man. You talking about the racing out there, man. A lot of side-by-side racing. I'm sure you had to see plenty of it back there where you were. The track, man, this is one of my favorite tracks just because of the way it races. I mean, you got options out there. You can run high, run low, and it can be frustrating, but can be a lot of fun as well. So kind of talk through your experience through the race, what you saw out there, anything interesting that came up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun track. It's fast. It's a driver's track. You got a little bit of drafting going on, but it's not too much. It's more of a driver's style, thankfully, with this package with the truck. You got a lot of 3-4 wide situation. I know I was stuck in a 4 wide one time, but I kind of backed out of that. I was like, yeah, not too early for that. So yeah, a lot of mayhem at the beginning. Everybody kind of settled down later in the run, and kind of single filed out. I know there was a couple guys that kind of spun but didn't bring out the caution. Was like I said, I was hoping for a caution, but just never happened. But yeah, it's a lot of fun out there.
Well, I know we were talking, I think last night. This is your first start in the league, even though you've kind of checked us out before. But your first start to come on P3, got to be again. You look like you had winter pace as well. Just unfortunately with the tire situation, didn't kind of work out. But again, congratulations, third place finish to start out the season here. And so I'm going to hand you the mic, let you do your shout outs and sponsor plugs.
I appreciate it. I'd like to thank you guys for bringing me on, putting on the broadcast. Everybody who puts these races together, everybody who watches on YouTube, friends, family, my girlfriend, Team Connie, my work in this. I'd like to give a shout out to Nicholas. Good job on the win. Corey for second place. Everybody who's out there racing their heart out, man. I mean, everybody puts their sweat and soul into it. I mean, I'm beat for God's sakes, so I'm tired. But yeah, just just thank everybody. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Yeah, I hope you had fun. It was a lot of fun to watch out there. Coming home P3, and we'll see what you can do next week when we head to Dakota.
Awesome. I won't be here next week. Give me about 2 weeks. I'm going to Florida next week, so I won't be here.
Probably not a bad call with Coda. Anyway, congratulations, man, tonight. We'll see you, I guess, in 2 weeks.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
All right, there's your third place finisher tonight. Scott Healy bringing that 64 machine home in P3 in his first start. And Richie, I think you're standing by with the number one, second place, Corey Atkins.
Yeah, I'm standing down here with Corey Atkins, driver number one, Strawberry Nesquik truck. Corey, man, you were like 5 laps short there. What a battle at the end, man! Awesome.
Yeah, bro. I think I just committed high too early. I gave him the bottom, and I just burnt my shit up. I was trying to save majority of the run, but Nick was fast the whole fucking race. I ain't gonna lie. He was up front basically the whole race. I had to work through the pack most of the time. Then once I got out in the lead, I kind of didn't know how to pace myself, so I just feel like I just didn't do a good job at it.
Oh, I mean, you like I said, you were 5 laps short, so it was close. It was close for sure. It is tough when you get out like that and you're by yourself, especially after a round of pit stops, where everybody stops differently. You're not sure exactly what the speeds you should be running, and he stopped a couple laps after you did, so he had a little bit fresher tires. And
yeah, I think he literally stopped the next lap.
It was tough for us to tell exactly, but yeah, it was close though for sure. You guys were definitely the class of the field tonight, but a lot of 2x2 racing. You, Nicholas, we had
James.
the 43. Yeah, the 43. Lewis was up there. James Morris. Tell me about the racing, man.
Honestly, I just felt like you had to save your shit till the end, or yeah, save your stuff till the end. My bad. Goddamn, I said it again. Fuck. I'm an idiot, but what you call it? No, it was just a save battle. Once you saved enough, I felt like I could just pick everybody off one by one. I just had a bad experience qualifying. I started like 15th or 17th, so I was just kind of saving my stuff behind whoever was around the same pace as me. And once I got up to the front, it was really just it was a battle around the end. When I pit, it was kind of tough to get. It was kind of tough to gain. Whoever was in third on that first run, going into pit stalls, he was really fast on the long run. I'm not sure who that was exactly, but whoever was in third before we pit, he was super fast on the long run. Like he gained on us about a second and 5 laps or something like that. But it was a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and as we watched, there was battling all through the field, and we watched you slowly make your way up through the first stage. So awesome job there. So congratulations. This is their second top 2 here in 3 weeks. So you got a win last week, got second this week. I'm pretty sure you're going to probably take the points lead over. So congratulations for that. And yeah, anybody you want to thank for tonight?
No, I think I have some people in the chat. Shout out them. Shout out the goddamn Carolina boys. They didn't have the same type of race as I did, same speed, I guess, but they stuck in there, and that's pretty much it for them. Shout out y'all for the stream. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, no problem. Appreciate you and you guys coming on board, and congratulations on your second. Brody, I think you got we got Nick Moreau down there waiting.
Yeah, I'm standing here in victory lane with Nicholas Moreau taking home the win tonight. Nick, you had to battle there. You had to fight for it with the one of Corey Atkins, but you get it done, man. Dominant performance tonight, too. Led a lot of laps. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, boys. Finally, I can start forgetting about the the first two races.
Absolutely. And then we were talking about how we were so happy to get away from the super speedways as well. And I think everybody kind of feels the same way, kind of space out a little bit, kind of have a little room on the track and kind of do some real racing. And man, the truck looked fast out there. You were quick in that first run. Although the one started kind of eating in on your lead there towards the end of the stage, where you kind of, or well, before the pit stops, I guess in the last stage, were you a little worried about his pace, or were you kind of saving tires up front?
No, I didn't save at all race long, but I made a mistake with the adjustment during the first caution. Before the stage, and the track was way too tight, so I didn't take the right direction. But it was a good battle for the stage, for sure.
Absolutely. It was a good battle all night. I mean, we had the 18 up there with you that won. A lot of the guys running, we had a lot of side-by-side racing for sure, a lot of close racing. And even you and the one there at the end in the last 10 laps was a lot of fun to watch. And I'm sure you had a lot of fun out there. But yeah, just pretty clean race up front. I'm sure Richie's got something to add, Richie.
Yeah, it looked like so you and the 18 were battling for the stage, and then it came down to you and one battling for the race win. But talk about them slide jobs that were going on out there. There were some tight quarters.
Yeah, so we need sometimes with the hot tire. We need to all track to be to get the speed for the stretch. So I was looking at the mirror. We don't know each other, but now it's yes. So we can battle like I did with you. It's clean, hard, but clean, so it's fun. I can trust when you slide, and I think it has been close, very close for an exciting the turn 2 one time, but yeah, it was great, and the heart rate went up for the final lap for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
It did for us as well. It was a lot of fun to watch you guys go out and battle back and forth, and you guys were running side by side, trying to get that bottom to work. You finally worked your way by him and cleared him. But yeah, you talked about the frustrations of the first 2 weeks. I want to go back to that. I hate to bring up bad memories, but man, it's been a little bit of a rough stretch with the super speedway starting off. I guess talk to people listening and tell them how hard or how frustrating it can be to start off the season in a hole like that, and also try to put behind all the issues you had early on. You put all this work into to prepare and get going. And to have the first two races go the way they are, it's hard to climb that ladder. And not only that, it's hard to kind of put it behind you and clear your head and race forward and try to get these wins and try to get some points.
Yeah, so the strategy on the first 2 races was just to survive, like a lot of people. But I have no teammates this season, so I knew that it's gonna be hard to perform on the plate racing. But I got some wreck unlock some point, and I made some mistake because you feel like a bit frustrated about how it goes, and then I was waiting for the race tonight, but I was not sure what to expect from this race. It's not the typical plate race, but with so much drafting, a pack race could have led to more accident. But hats off to everyone. It went well, really well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're exactly right. And I appreciate you kind of opening the eyes to everybody to kind of the struggles early on, especially being super speedways. You like you said, you want to survive, you want to get points, but it's so hard. One small mistake can take you out of the running in those races. But you've definitely made a name for yourself tonight, though. A good, solid, dominating finish here at Auto Club, getting the victory and putting your name back in the hat for the championship. Got the win out of the way. Now we can move on and see if you can rack up some points and get back in this thing. So congratulations on your win. I'm going to let you have the mic, though, and do your shout-outs and sponsor plugs.
Yeah, thank you. So first off, I would congrats I forgot his name actually, but the number 1 track for his performance. The strategy actually was to pit to cover his is undercut. Yeah. I would say thank you for you guys, FTSR admin, for all of your hard work. I would say thanks to my new crew chief. Yeah, I have one this season, and for my sponsor for support us in real life and sim racing, Transit to Port. Thanks for the broadcast as well.
Awesome, Nick. Well, we appreciate having you and appreciate the show you put on tonight for sure. Hope you had fun. We had fun watching it. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week at COTA.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah.
All right, there's your winner tonight, the 15 of Nicholas Moreau, bringing home the victory. He talked about the hard work that we put in. What about the hard work he put in tonight to bring home the victory here at Auto Club?
Yeah, absolutely. Nick came tonight, but I think the field might be in trouble because we're going to COTA next week, and Nicholas is a road course master, so we may see the 15 up front again next week. So
we're looking at back-to-back.
If I had money, if I was a betting man, but we'll see. Maybe some of the newer guys have something for them on the road course. But,
well, that's one thing I was going to bring up too, is that we've got a lot of new guys. We don't really know what they can do on the road courses, so we may be surprised as well. And everybody watching may be surprised next week too, as we got Auto Club. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. For the Auto Club race for the Truck Series. And Monday night, this coming Monday, we'll be at COTA for the Victory Fuel Cup Series as well. But speaking of Victory Fuel, we got a little business to take care of. We got a drawing for a Victory Fuel hat signed by Logan Seavey. We did a little bit of a raffle, got all the tickets in, and see if we can pull up our little spinner wheel here and see who wins this hat. Nice looking.
I can't even see it because it's I'm behind on the stream. But yeah, we got a hat by it's a Victory Fuel hat that we bought out at the Chili Bowl. And for anybody listening that doesn't know, Logan Seavey is a 2-time Chili Bowl champion. The Chili.
So how many tickets do we have overall for this again? So 50 names here. We're going to click this button here, spin the wheel, see who gets a cool Victory Fuel hat. I want to pull up a picture of the hat. Do we have a picture of the hat somewhere here in chat? I can do it in just a second here. Let's add an image and pull it up because I want you guys to see what we're raffling off. There it is. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. There's the... Go ahead. All right, here's the big reveal. Let's click this wheel and see who wins tonight's hat. There he goes, spinning, 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 stopping, stopping, stopping. And the winner is... 46, TJ Bartell. TJ Bartell has won the raffle for the Victory Fuel hat, so we'll be sending that out to TJ. Wow. And he just got in. He was the last ones to get in, wasn't he? Wow. So, yeah, I guess the late bird gets the worm in this one, huh? All right, so TJ Bartell's going to get that hat, that Victory Fuel hat. Let's look at it one more time. This is what TJ is going to be getting, the Victory Fuel Purple Potion hat signed by Logan Seavey. So congratulations to TJ, and I'm sure he'll enjoy that one. So wrapping up tonight's race, again, an incredible race out there on track. These guys did an incredible job with the side-by-side racing. Only had a few incidents, and that's kind of what we needed. We all needed a little reset, and I think we got it tonight at Auto Club. Oh, he probably wasn't hearing you on the raffle. Let's change that.
Okay.
Now they can hear you. So,
now they can hear me.
Yeah,
Right.
so now you say whatever you need to say.
I don't know. I don't even know what the heck I was saying. Just congratulations to TJ. Thank you for everybody who went ahead and got involved with the raffle. Appreciate everybody. And like I said, all the proceeds are going back into FTSR. So it's all going into help the costs of the league.
Yeah, definitely appreciate everybody participating in the raffle. We'll try to do some more things like this. It's a lot of fun to kind of see how it works out. But tonight at Auto Club Speedway, what a heck of a race we had. A lot of side-by-side racing, great racing all around throughout the field, and Nicholas Moreau taking home the win. So that's going to do it for us here at Auto Club Speedway. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We enjoyed broadcasting it. We'll see you next Monday night from COTA, and then next Wednesday night, the trucks are at COTA. So hope you'll tune in there. But for Full Throttle TV, Richie Coy, and everybody that gets the job done here, my name's Brady Hanna. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week at Auto Club. At COTA.
COTA.